In this video, we will understand the logic of our notes management system. So as a user, if you log in, you will land in a page like this. So this is our notes page. So the first functionality we need to build here is loading all the notes corresponding to the logged in user. So to do this, we're going to need to write some JavaScript code which will contain an AJAX call. So that call is going to be sent to a PHP file that we're going to call load notes.php, for example. So that file is going to run a query to load all the notes from the notes table. So it's going to use the user ID, okay, to get all the notes corresponding to that user. So the notes table is going to consist of 4 columns, okay. The first column is the ID of the note, then the user ID who created the note, and then the content of the note, and then the time when the note was created. And we're going to be using the Unix timestamp for time. So again, as a quick reminder, this time corresponds to how many seconds elapsed since the 1st of January 1970. And we covered all this in the PHP chapter. Okay? Alright, so that's it regarding the loading functionality. Now, to create a new note, you would need to click on the Add Note button. So once you click on that button, there are going to be a couple of things you need to do. So the first thing you need to do is to hide all the notes and show a text area like this. Then you would need to create a new note in the database. So if we refresh our table, you will see a new record there. So at the moment, the new note is empty and we can't see any content in there. Okay. Now, once we start typing content in there, so every time you type a new character, there will be an AJAX call, which is going to be sent to a PHP file called update notes.php. So the PHP file is going to use the ID of the note to update the corresponding note in the database. Now, if you refresh the database, you will see that the content of the notes is updated. Okay. All right. Now, if you click on all notes, you will go back to the previous page. Okay. And you will just reload the notes again. And you can see our new notes. Okay. Now, the new notes shows up at the top. Okay. As the notes are arranged in a way that the most recent ones will show at the top. Okay, and we can do this in our query when we load the notes. Now, the next functionality is editing a note. So to edit a note, all you need to do is click on the note. So you will see a text area like this with the content of the note, and we will hide the ID of the note somewhere, okay, in a variable. Okay, we're going to store it in a variable, and we're going to use it later on when we run the query to edit or update the notes. So any new character that you type, okay, is going to be reflected in the content of the notes in the database. Okay, and you can try anything like that. Okay, so if you refresh the table, you will see the update right there. Okay. All right, so now if we click again on all notes, we'll see our notes again. So now the next thing is the edit button. So clicking on the edit button is going to do a couple of things. So first of all, you will see that delete buttons will show up next to our notes. Okay, so basically this delete button was actually there inside this component, but it was hidden. So what we did when we clicked on the edit button, we unhid the delete button, and also we reduced the width of our notes, okay, to make sure we have enough space for the delete button. Okay, so now if you click on the delete button, there are a couple of things which will happen. So the first thing will be to remove this row. Okay, and also there will be an AJAX call which will be sent to a PHP file called delete notes.php. So that file is going to receive the ID of the notes, which is hidden somewhere inside these components. and it's gonna run a query which will delete the nodes using its ID. Okay, so in our case, that ID is going to be 140. So if you click on that delete button, this record is going to be deleted. So let's refresh the page. And now you can see that our nodes of ID 140 is not there anymore. Okay. Now, if you click on done, you will hide all the delete buttons and increase the width of all your nodes. Okay. So that was a quick introduction of our nodes management system. So in the next video, we're going to start by building our nodes table. Okay. And then we're going to build all the JavaScript and PHP files which are behind the different functionalities of our nodes management system.